Well, welcome back, and that was the finale from Vita Aeternum by Paul Lever-Cooper, played by the Longridge Band, conducted by Mark Peacock, and that was the last band in the first section. So for the next 10-15 minutes or so, we'll be discussing some topics with our guests again, but also looking forward to the championship section, which takes place after the announcement. We'll be bringing you the results as soon as we get it. Talking of results, we've already had the results of the fourth section, where there was a victory for Caddis Head Public Band. They won it from Swinton and District Excelsior, who were in second. Kirkby Colliery Band were in third, Loxley Silver in fourth, and Deep Car Brass Band in fifth. And the best soloist prize went to Tom Mercer from Loxley. And funny enough, we've got the representatives from Caddis Head Band with us. Gentlemen, congratulations. We are joined by Dave D, who is the bandmaster, and Tony Whittingham, who is the trombone player, on what is your first victory in 35 years. So that cup is going to be filled up with celebratory champagne, if you can find it here in bottles over. So well done, gentlemen.
Yeah, we had to settle for cider, but champagne tonight.
Yeah, that's close enough. That's
Close enough.
Working man champagne side.
Yes.
I always remind that. So tell us a little bit about the band. It's a band that's got a history going back 138 years.
Yeah.
So how has it taken you 35 years then to start winning again?
I think one of the things was for our last win was in 1980, which was at Kirkholt, and the band didn't enter contests. We stopped entering contests and we focused on entertainment, and we did very well at that. And 2 years ago, Craig McFarlane joined us as new conductor, following the ending of 40 years by Roy Hesford, and we started entering contests. So we've entered a couple of regionals in Blackpool and a couple of times at Wychavon, where we've been fortunate to come second, but today was our first win and we're going to celebrate it. I can tell you.
Well, you've got a nice long journey home, because tell us, where is Caddis Head based?
Caddis Head is between Manchester and Liverpool. It's bang in the middle, but it's 4 miles. There's a road of 4 miles of nothing either side of us. So we're a little village, very popular, very famous, big stations and things like that, but now on the banding map at last.
Well, congratulations for that. The programme that you played was very upbeat, so you certainly came in with confidence. You started with the samba, then you went into with the caravan, the Dugalton, Moon River, Stardust, played by Tony there. Congratulations to you on your fine performance there. Finished off with the old Louis Prima classic, Sing, Sing, Sing. So you knew what your programme wanted to do, and you knew what impression you wanted to make here in the contest today.
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate. We've got a really good percussion section led by Johnny, and that actually sets the standard of where we want to move to. And then working with Craig, it's all about being upbeat and trying to be entertaining, and be entertaining in both ways. So we had the fast stuff, and we had the melodic Moon River, and it's a classic arrangement by Alan Fernie, really good, and it just makes you feel a bit different, you know. So we really enjoy doing those things, and we've got to now move on and use this as a platform to move forward and carry on, you know, and keep improving the band and hopefully move up.
You were telling me earlier, Dave, that although the band hadn't contested for a long time, you've got quite a unique claim to fame. Well, not unique, but certainly a claim to fame in the band's history.
Yeah, in 1932 at Bellevue, we beat Black Dykes. So we might invite them back in about 17 years and just have a play again. But yeah, so the band has been going, say, it's 138 years, so it's got a lot of history. In the 20s and 30s, it was very popular, and did very well at Bellevue and in the local district. Things moved on, and hopefully 2015 is the future going forward. A new chapter, yeah. We want that one next. So.
That should be easy enough.
That's easy enough. Kenny, it's great to see bands like this, you know, going through, you know, long periods of time, sometimes not getting success, but not giving up. It's down to hard work, like chaps like this as well.
Don't you think, though, that it's, I mean, I don't know anything about your particular case, but my experience is that it usually comes down to a small group of individuals that decide you're going to get it together again. Is that the case for you? And it's really hard work to bring the whole equation into one, if you like, to make it start.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're really fortunate. We've always had a full band. We've never not had 28 players. It's just changing the focus, and I think Craig's brought that different focus, and we brought a lot of mentors in. We've had, you know, guest conductors come in, which is something different for the band, and it just raises the standard. But it's also trying to show what we want to do in the schools and bringing the youth on and trying to grow. But we've got to grow brass in our area. People don't come to us. We've got to grow it. So it's all about doing that, and exciting music just makes the kids listen up and think a bit different, you know. And
so what's the makeup of your band? Is it all full of, you know, young men like Tony there, who was leading the or is it all slightly older. What would make you got youngsters coming through as well, Tony? Is it lots of people challenging for
It's
your
quite
position?
interesting. I think probably I'm something of an outsider for the band because Cadishead Band is primarily made up out of people from Cadishead, and I'm somebody that's moved into the area. And it appears to me anyway that it's a very, very friendly band, that people enjoy each other's company and they enjoy making music together. And it's a great kind of environment for rehearsals to happen in, and as Dave said, any rehearsal you go to, there's a full band, you know, and if people aren't there, it's for genuine reasons. It's not because they're fed up or something. It's just they can't get there. So it's a great place to play. But as far as the younger players are concerned, I think it's probably the same as we see a lot, because I'm involved in music education as well. We see a lot of younger people not necessarily really taking to brass in the way in which they used to. And it's a case of reinvigorating that excitement and that inspiration within the younger players, and then getting them involved in the bands and making them feel part of the family. I think.
The entertainment contest is a great medium to start doing that, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Particularly when you've got a band that hasn't contested for quite some time. It's a great starting place, isn't it?
Yeah, I think entertainment contests, my personal preference is entertainment contests. I prefer
Well, it
them
is
than
today, isn't it? Come on,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
It is, but I think, you know, for me, everybody has different attitudes and different opinions about all of these things. I get more pleasure out of playing entertaining pieces rather than maybe thrashing one piece, you know. Other people feel differently about different things. So it's a case, as Dave said before, it's a case of getting the right balance. And, you know, you were chatting with you a bit earlier on. It's about getting a right balance of good entertainment, driving the band forward, driving the standards forward, hopefully raising the standards, and also making people in the area and beyond the area aware of the band and making people want to, or drawing people in, really.
I'm sure you're going to be doing that as well. And the other thing I've got to say, it must help when you've got a bandmaster called Dave D. And of course, and you're going to be, I bet you've been asked this 1,000 times, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch.
That's the bass section.
That's the best section. That's a joke for anybody over about the age of 55.
Yes.
You will really get that one. Youngsters, you won't have a clue what's going there. Stan, bands like this are the type of bands, you're involved with the Battle Inns organisation, these are the type of bands that really give hope for the banding movement. Grassroots band, working themselves back to reinstate their health and then coming back into competitions and enjoying it.
It is, yeah. Since the Mine Workers Contest went open and moved to Skegness, we've really homed in on the fact that it's a family weekend for all the bands in all the sections. And it's great to see the guy come along with his family, where maybe his kids and his wife don't regularly follow the band, but they can go off swimming and doing things. And we may bob in and listen to Dad playing his band.
Me, I like that. Me, I like that one.
But it's a great contest for all the sections of the bands across the spectrum there. And the contest grown and grown and grown, and it wouldn't survive with just the championship section. We really rely on the other three sections to keep the thing going.
Tell us a little bit about then what they've got to look forward to musically. The announcement has been made of the test pieces, and again talking about user-friendly test pieces, and they are user-friendly test pieces, and that's one of the keys to attracting the bands and hopefully attracting a band like Cadishead in the future as well. What are the test pieces which have been announced?
Well, the test pieces, if I just go through the championship section is Breath of Souls, which is fiendishly difficult.
I think the word fiendishly difficult is an understatement, I think.
There are one or two moaning about who picked it, so I'm sorry.
Who is it? I wonder who it was. Yeah.
But what I try to do, I get lots of pieces sent to me from various composers, various publishing houses, and I try to make the test piece what I call Butlins friendly, family friendly, something that the people can come in and enjoy listening to. There is a lot of room in our banding world for contemporary music and new stuff. I'm okay with all that, but I like to make the pieces Butlins friendly. And if I go through the piece, in the fourth section, in your section, there's a piece called The Seafarers by Bruce Fraser, which hasn't been used at the contest, but an area test piece.
Quite a while ago now.
14 years ago, something
ago,
like
yeah.
that. Then we've got three Louis Cooper pieces. The third section are actually the second section are raving about Fire in the Blood. It's a real get your teeth into the piece. Everybody likes to listen to it, and bands like to play it. Again, a Louis Cooper piece is Platform to the Heavens. Paul sent me quite a few of his pieces with some recordings, and we don't have a big selection panel for picking test pieces at Butlins. I tend to do it, so the book stops here. But what I do is I have 2 or 3 pieces. I take it along to Steve Walker, the festival director, and Brian Eggleshaw, the contest controller, and we have a listen. And they usually act on my recommendations, but they have had their choices in the past as well. We do have one new piece in there, A Celt in Jerusalem by Ian McGilligot.
There was plenty of Celts in Twickenham a couple of weeks ago.
We don't need to
Never
talk
do that, so we
about
have to get that one in there. But a Celt in Jerusalem, so tell us a little bit about that one then.
I've known Ian for quite some while, and he said, how about doing one of my pieces? I've done a piece for... I said, well, send him. I said, it's got to be Butlins friendly. And he sent me this piece, and all I've heard actually at the moment is one of these computer-generated versions of it.
All right.
And I've got the score, and I've looked at it, and it fits the section really well. So, and it's interesting, and it's nice to listen to.
I think that's a great example. Butlins has become a great example of a contest that knows what it's about. You just said Butlins friendly. These pieces are Butlins friendly.
Yeah.
The organisers clearly know what they want. They're giving people a family weekend. There's loads going on at Butlins other than the actual band contest. There's always other entertainment, and everybody's having fun and having a few drinks and stuff like that. But to me, it's a great example of how an event has grown. This one here is it's the first time I've been there, and I'd say the same about it. It seems to know. They've got targets, they know what they're chasing for. Is that how you've considered it in Butlins in the 10, 12 years you've been involved?
I've been involved right from the beginning, since 2003, and if you just take the entertainment side, away from the competition, what happens on the site in the 2 sort of concert venues. In the early days we had Bucks Fizz and some of these other groups and what have you, but these days we've got something like 4,000 banders on camp for the weekend, and so I should say resort.
Steve Walker love you for that.
Steve
Walker love you for that one.
We have 4,000 punters on resort for the weekend, and they said, we want to hear some more bands. And so, well, you've come for your banding it all weekend. No, but we want to hear some of the better bands. So you look at the entertainment now, it's very band friendly.
Well, it's about knowing your marketplace, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in that kind of environment, you have to keep that many people happy. It's understanding your marketplace, and maybe that's where some contests have gone a little bit astray in recent years.
And if you look at the...
He's looking at you there. He's looking
I'll stop there, Kenny.
excluding the ones that we want to be invited to, have a nice weekend, excluding all of those.
We're angling for a good argument all day.
Name them all, but they do that. One thing I was going to say, talking about the entertainment, but I'm making it band in entertainment. You played in the William Davis reunion band last night. You've played in the Greg Grindthorpe reunion band. We're not going to. We will ask you to tell us some stories. Not the X-rated versions.
No.
We can't have some of those stories there. But again, it's linking with the new generation of people who are going to come, the new band people as well, but also making sure that people can look back and appreciate the stars of the past who are still playing. And many of them are still playing at different levels.
I mean, it's great that this is out on the internet today, because you can go on the old YouTube and you can see me with black hair, the black moustache,
Black hair,
and
no
some
hair.
and you can see what we were doing, with some of our performances at Granada and Bressing concert, and what you can work out for yourself. Do they like it? I think they do, because the number of hits that these old films get is tremendous. As to what is entertainment is...
It's subjective, but it's clever. Something a theme that we've had throughout the day today is talking about the quality of the music. And a lot of the arrangements, especially at the time when you were talking about with Grindthorpe, etc., it was that quality of the arrangements that they were very clever.
Well, they were one of the bands that kind of set they were the band that did set the standard in the early days from 1971, the first Granada contest. Well, Corey won it, but Grindthorpe went on to dominate it for the following years, didn't they? With Gary Hower, Ray Farr, later Sandy during the 90s when he was there, Sandy Smith. These have been the great kind of cornerstones of the entertainment contest, haven't they? And you think about it, Howard Snell wasn't involved with Grindthorpe, but he was the one that challenged all that, wasn't he, in the early 80s with Desford, then Foden's. But to me, that's the stuff that you're talking about, you're watching on YouTube, that was cutting edge in its time. Whether you think it was entertaining or not, nobody had ever done it before. That was innovation, wasn't it?
It was. And
I can still remember you running about that Spectrum Arena with your flugelhorn and
a Mexican hat.
Was that me?
sombrero.
It wasn't you going to say, denying all responsibility.
my twin brother.
I was 6 years old at the time now.
But those performances redefined the entertainment programme for Pans, didn't they? I mean, they were innovative. As you say, there was a cleverness to them, though. It was the way that Elgar Howarth constructed those programmes that really made them clever.
I'm going to ask, go back, sorry, but I was asking for the two giants. When you see the great, you at the level that you were playing, do you get inspired by looking at, the likes of Black Dyke, the likes of Grindthorpe, the Coreys and the Fodens, the Brighouse Street, when it truly is, all these bands are trying something, and does somebody come into the band room and say, well, wait, let's have a go at something like that?
Yeah, we've got one guy who does it quite regularly, and we went to Band of Year because Spectrum's only like round the corner from where we were, and we went there, and that was like, it was just like moving on, and that's what it's all about. But it's all about seeing different things and finding the piece that you think, well, is it within our range? Can we do it? And how do we have to work it up? And if you'd have said 12 months ago we could play Sing 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 in Caravan, we'd have said no, it wasn't in front of us. But by seeing people perform it and breaking it down into its sections, you can actually put a decent show on of it. And that's what it's all about. It's getting the pieces like the PLC so you can actually play them, and we love it,
Well, thanks for joining us, Chance, for that
Great
part of it
stuff.
there. All important, the results are going to be coming out now of the first section, the 10 bands that have taken place. So we go back to the hall to find out what John Roberts, the adjudicator, thought, and then to find out who's going to be taking home with him a cup, such as yourself. Congratulations for today, boys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the night celebrating.
Oh, we
Many
certainly
thanks.
will. Thanks a lot. Thanks very much.